Hey, it's Will. It is Thursday, July 28th, and I am still working on getting the second half of my anxiety um, vlog up, and I'm not sure if where this one will fall, but I wanted to take a few minutes and just make sure that it's very clear that I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting OptiFast. I'm not giving up. I'm not stopping my efforts to lose weight. Um, Basically, if you don't follow my blog or if you haven't been looking at it, um, I've been struggling really hard, and anxiety has been really high, and it's been a lot of realization that the anxiety has played a much larger part in my life and in my struggles, especially with weight, than I had ever thought of before, given it credit for it before. So I'm not giving up. I just am admitting how hard it actually is, and that I wasn't expecting to find this in this journey. I wasn't expecting to have something so large to deal with on top of everything else. I had thought I had dealt with a majority of my issues from my past, and I don't necessarily think this is something that is just a piece of baggage that can be tossed away, or something that can be overcome and then tucked away for later, or rather so it doesn't affect my future. I think this is going to be something that I will deal with every single day of my life, forever and ever, amen. Which in a way is no different than the eating, when you have a food addiction or carb addiction or whatever you want to call it. What I am interested to see, if I'll even be able to tell, I don't know. But what will be interesting to find out, if possible, is how much of my weight gain and size is really just my anxiety. Because I look back and I definitely know in the recent past, let's say the last 10 years, that most of my overeating, I don't want to use the word binge because I don't really know if it applies. I don't know that what I would eat I would call binging, but that could be because of how I look at it. So I'll look at that sometime later. I'll evaluate that sometime later and see if maybe that's it. But it wasn't necessarily binging, and I've never purged a day in my life. Forget that. And I've never really intentionally starved myself. So I haven't had any of those kind of food disorders, but I do know that when I would eat a large amount, or eat something that I was trying to not eat, it was always down to stress or boredom or anxiety, driven, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, which did masquerade as boredom or stress, or I didn't want to deal with a situation. I didn't want to have to make a decision. I didn't want to have to cook or go buy groceries, or I didn't want to have to fight myself, or whatever it is. I just, but I think a lot of it came down to anxiety. So, and if I go back far enough, I had a lot of anxiety as a kid, but I've chalked that up to a number of different things over the years. But it's possible that while those other things did play a role, they were just kind of the identifiable sort of tip of the iceberg, the part that was above the waterline that I could see and that made sense, that would be a reason why I was having a problem with something. Whereas the truth is, if it was just that one thing, I might could have dealt with it in a better way. But because it was really the rest of the iceberg underneath the water was depression, anxiety, then that little tip, that little piece, it just became kind of the figurehead for it, because I couldn't see what was going on below the surface. So anyway, I'm not quitting OptiFast. I'm not quitting my journey. I'm not quitting journaling. I'm not quitting blogging. I'm actually trying to reclaim myself. And my most recent blog was on the fact that I'm not quitting, and that I'm trying to find the humor again, and being amused by myself and at myself, and the fact that it's been years since I've been either. And I've shared that with my wife, and she's happy about it. She said, that I used to be more like that when we first met, and over the years that just changed. So I'm just trying to embrace my weirdness, where I thought I had already embraced all of it, but the part I've always not embraced that I'm trying to embrace now is it's okay to reach a point where you're like, I'm done. This is enough, at least for right now, and to say that it's okay if I'm too tired to leave the house. It's okay if I'm just too mentally exhausted to deal with people. It's okay if I don't want to do something that my loved ones want to do. It's okay if I have a day where I cry, or I fall apart a little bit, or I do a Harry Potter marathon because, you know what, I'm having a really hard time at work, and sitting there and live tweeting about Harry Potter movies is a great escape that will hopefully keep me from shoving my face full of food in the interim. So that's where we're at, and I'll record some more, and I'll work on some more vlogs, and hopefully I'll be all caught up by the end of this weekend. And yeah, so if you have any thoughts, anything you have questions about, anything you want to talk about, just leave it in the comments below, or check out my blog and leave it there if you prefer. Anonymous comments are okay on my blog. I just have to approve them, and as long as you're not spamming me or saying something just god-awful horrendous, I will approve your comments, and so it can be anonymous if you feel better that way. Anyway, hope everybody's week is going well, and I will catch you guys soon.